Hey everybody, Sharon here from VidGamiac.com. Here we are today back in the Sadako Rising DLC for Dead by Daylight, going for the Adept Onryō achievement. This is to get a merciless killer rating as the Onryō. This one's going to be done from the killer side. You are obviously going to need her from the DLC pack or from the in-game store, so make sure you grab her from that. You also need to make sure you get her to level 10. And of course, that is to open up 3 free perk slots, which you are going to want to use and only use on Floods of Rage, which is going to be a Scourge hook perk, Call of Brine, and then finally, you are going to want Merciless Storm. You can do whatever you want for add-ons or offerings, leave the 4th perk slot empty if you have that available to you, and then start up the game. So the spirit is going to start out in her invisible form. You are going to have a very low terror radius. However, you cannot interact with any of the survivors while in this form. You can come out of it by holding left trigger to manifest into your corporeal form. So at the start of the game, while you are still invisible, make sure you try to get the sneak on one of the unsuspecting survivors. Make sure you hold left trigger to come into physical form and then land a quick hit. If you're fast enough, you can try to pull someone off a generator as well. But you should be able to get the jump on someone super early and then make sure you punish accordingly. The Onryō is going to be the first killer to be of the short body type, so that's going to mean you have pretty good movement speed, but the best advantage to her is going to be her basic attack range. Because of her short body type, she is able to hook around corners really well, and this is going to be very good in mid-attack animation. Also, she is able to move during her wind-up, so as soon as you initiate the attack, you can do a nice follow-through, and you should be able to hit people who are trying to give you the slip on a corner, and especially during loops or when someone's trying to pallet camp. So make sure you take advantage of these attack spots, and you can do a lot of damage to people who are trying to give you the slip, thankfully. Her perks are going to be decent with this build. 2 of them are going to revolve around generators. The first one is pretty much going to make the regression of generators slightly faster, which can be helpful. And the other one is going to basically spam the survivors with a ton of skill checks as they are finishing up a generator, which can be helpful, so make sure you do stay up on your generator kicks whenever given the opportunity to. Finally, you are going to have her Scourge hook perk, so if you happen to pick up a survivor, make sure you try to bring them to one of the glowing white hooks, and anyone who pulls this survivor off of this specific hook is going to basically reveal the aura of all of their teammates for a few seconds or so. So make sure you try to take advantage of that. So this should also help you avoid camping, because if someone pulls someone off of a hook, you should see where they scatter, and then you can go after them accordingly. And then you can just punish by re-hooking someone on the hook or getting someone new. And then just make sure you take advantage of that if the Scourge hook happens to be nearby your hunting location. So remember, you are going to have 4 Scourge hooks per game to work with, so make sure you do take advantage of them whenever necessary. Other than that, you kind of want to stick to your basics. Onryō does have a decent special ability. She can teleport to any one of the TVs that are spread across the map if they are on, and her teleport ability is going to have no cooldown, so she should be able to teleport with relative ease as long as the survivors aren't doing a good job of shutting off the TVs. So you can also take advantage of that if you want to, but of course her ability is going to be super useful if you do stick to the Dead by Daylight fundamentals, as it's going to have a really good range on it. Nonetheless, remember your goals whenever you are trying to get a merciless killer rating. Remember to get enough hits, downs, and hooks on all 4 survivors. Make sure you spread the load across all 4 of them, and make sure you do it in a timely manner, of course. Hopefully managing all of that should allow you to do well in all 4 of the major killer categories. Once you manage to do well enough in all of the categories, you should be good for the merciless killer rating and the adept, which should get you the achievement. Of course, you can hit right bumper on the results screen to see what you need to improve on, but once you manage to get that +2, you should be good for 20 gamer score, and that's all there is to it.